The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
Welcome to Season 6 of The Formal Gamer. The University of Eolus has produced some peculiar pupils, but none more peculiar than Gorrus, Garven and Sot Rue. They face an assignment unlike any other: to uncover the secrets of class and discover the origins of the dragon cults. Will they pass or fail? Will they live or die?
Hi guys, welcome to episode 22 of season 10 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Sorry this episode is late, we were at Dragonmeet yesterday and I'm so tired. So more important than my tiredness is that you enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast.
Hello!
So...
It's Anti-Chamber Antics.
Anti-Chamber Antics. Would be a good title for episode you will never remember.
No, I will not, because the editing process gets confusing.
Aha.
Sometimes I get names at random times.
So last episode, you were discussing basically breaking the Matrix.
Yes.
You had been in... So hitherto up until this point, you've been through one room, either completed it and then moved on to the next one, or stayed there for a little bit of time. When you've gone through, you've been into an antechamber, you've closed the door, you've moved on, and you've gone to the next room. For the last few instances, and generally since Gorrus got that weird feeling one night, you have noticed that stuff has been breaking down and gone wrong. Initially, it was that the walls of the big gladiatorial arena that you were in they'd lost their depth almost. Mm-hmm. It was contained to the actual arena. You then moved through and other different little problems started to pick up. A continuation of the same room over and over again in different instances, and then multiple antechambers that have come together, and you've met other people who have actually stepped into there. Time has also stopped moving, or has had something's happened to the way that time moves within here that is different to how you were experiencing it before. You'd become accustomed to time moving slowly outside in that area where Una had first set up her camp when you first came into this challenge room, cave complex, whatever you want to call it. You've gone back out there, managed after some difficulty, and you've surmised that a lot more time has passed. Previously it was seconds, mere seconds had passed for hours this side, but it appears that for some reason, something around the region of maybe 2+ months has gone. You've come back to find an emaciated family. Yes, an emaciated family. They're one of those children are thin. You come back and found an emaciated family and a very thin Ramtur Petunia. Mm-hmm. Captain Ramtur and Sergeant Petunia, sorry. Amazingly, the wig had stayed on his head that whole time. But clearly they've just been living off stuff they could find in the family. You think that perhaps they could have gone down to the main villages back from where they were, but then again, if you were a family and you were just stranded basically near the top of a mountain, would you know where to go, especially during the weather?
It's a dangerous route.
So it's dangerous.
You've proven that.
Yes, you have. So we find ourselves, I think you had moved back into the antechamber, had you, and shut the door?
Yes. So the last discussion we had was this concept that Gorrus brought up, was this idea that actually the illusion started breaking when more people entered the illusion, the Matrix in here. Now maybe it's us going further into the levels of this magical construct. As we complete more rooms, it's breaking down the magic. Or maybe there are more people being in the rooms breaking down the magic. So there's two hypotheses. Hypophi. Sot Rue, you're supposed to be a university student. How do we tackle this study? What should we do?
I think we should split up and experiment.
Interesting. How would that work?
Send the pigs off to one room.
Yes.
Send the family off to another.
Yes.
No, they're in people, weren't they?
Well, we've got the golems, and we've got us as well.
No, we can't split up.
Why not?
Family.
I know, but sometimes families do have to split.
No.
Gorrus,
Well,
what do you think?
I think we shouldn't split up, actually. If we split up and it isn't the case that that's breaking it, then we are fudged. Because getting back together is going to be impossible, perhaps. We might be stuck in our rooms forever, especially if we get to a room we cannot solve on our own. Like, if one of us gets to another gladiator room on their own, they're dead.
But wait, let me try and remember, DM. Could we always get back to, if we go into a room, we close the door, we can't get back, we have to go forward, is that right?
No, we could open the door behind us normally. Doesn't mean we always will be able to.
Yeah.
No, so here, previous to the rooms going wrong, until you had completed the room, you could not get out the next door.
The front door, but we could go back.
But you could go back in most of them. Set aside a couple of examples, namely the water filling up one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So if we all if we all separately go in, and then it doesn't seem like there's anything happening, we could all go back to retreat again.
I just worry that we could end up getting stuck in ones that are actually fatal.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm not going to split up from Sot Rue. I would rather stay alive and be able to get out and just fail than die.
Well, I don't. Yes, I think it's unlikely we'll die, but it is the risk. The risk is there.
Close to death.
Yeah, but that's in the arena. We could have gone back at any point, like we Romanis just said.
But the water room.
Yeah. Yes.
We all came back, and we don't know what other rooms there are.
No, it is a risk. So let's keep it in the back pockets, and we'll carry on going forward.
But yeah, the pigs in the family. Yeah, we'll split them off.
The problem is we have really some control over them.
Yeah, so they could end up splitting up themselves.
You're quite persuasive, Farven.
Well, I don't want to do the experiment on
You
that.
made me eat gravel.
Yes, that was a good experiment. The subjects always have to be right, though. And I think sending the family in won't be particularly helpful by themselves. We need more units to throw in there. We'll need us separately. Let's park that one and let's keep on going forward.
Let's do a few more rooms and see if that starts to break it down more, really push at the edge of it.
Yes.
And if it doesn't, then yeah, we'll start splitting up.
Yes.
I think that's a good plan.
I'm also concerned about splitting up. I get the concern. I
think keep it in the back pocket as a later idea if we can't start to break this down quite severely.
Okay.
Does anyone need to rest?
I have got no spells, to be fair.
Let's rest.
Okay.
We're going to start running low on food soon as well. So we need to start thinking about that, where we're going to get food from.
How do you feel about pig?
I don't think I could eat Ramso, unfortunately. We have become too close and friendly.
Well, Farven can eat pig and you can eat something else.
I would not like him to kill Ramso, because I think of Ramso as a friend now.
I rarely eat meat anyway. I normally just have a snack on a few berries. Keep it trim.
He is right, and I like something that's been rotten for ages. Keep it gross.
Okay.
So Sot Rue takes a seat.
Yeah. Another. What's the next book that you can read?
I don't have a book, Farven. I've run out.
Shall we open the next antechamber first, just to see what it is? Because it might be one we don't need spells for. It's only me who needs the rest of the spells.
Okay. Yeah, good point. Okay, I'm gonna walk through over to the next door and open the door at the end of the antechamber.
Okay, you open the door at the
So we're going to have to close the one to the cave,
Yeah.
aren't we? Because we know it's an airlock.
Ah, right. Was that still open, was it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
But we'll close that first. We know the rules.
Okie
Well,
doke.
look, I think try and open it first.
So you open the...
So let's try and have both of them open and see if it works.
No.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So you close
Close
the
the
one...
back one.
Yeah, we close the back one.
Close the back one. So when you... when you had first opened it, and you saw that you'd gone out and investigated, you came back in, you shut it, did you just reopen it again to test this theory? Because you came back in and shut it, didn't you?
I think he came back in. I don't remember us saying
No,
we
I
shut
don't,
it.
yeah, I don't think so.
I think he just came back in so we could have a chat because then we discussed the snow and time and stuff.
Oh, okay, so
I
you
don't
left it
remember
open.
shutting it.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah, we could try closing and opening it again.
And where is is everyone in the same antechamber at the
Yes.
moment?
Well, the woman is looking quite hurt and just mouth shut, sitting in the corner with her kids. I think it's
At last.
yeah, they're looking quite scared or whatever.
Well,
they're
she-
sitting
she's
there.
so
The
upset
pigs
just 'cause her
are
family got murdered.
trotting around.
Okay. But all in the same antechamber.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go open the next door.
Okay, so you shut the one to Una's. We'll call that Una's room, and you open the next room, and you see a stage. You've seen this stage before.
Ooh.
And
No, I'm shit about the stage. That's
Oh,
the
right.
exclusive stage. Don't worry.
I thought something was wrong.
That's better.
You see the stage, and you see a body slumped over on the floor in what appears to be a pool of blood.
Ah, so things have advanced here then.
Right.
Before there was someone with a hood on their face.
Is there a hood nearby them?
The hood is nearby them.
There were judges before. Mm-hmm. Are the judges still there?
No.
I go over to where the judges were. Is there blood there?
No. There is disturbed paperwork and such like.
I try and read the disturbed paperwork.
Sorry, as in. Oh, right, yeah, no, actually, sorry, I thought you were saying that the paperwork had disturbing things written on it.
I don't know.
No.
You described it as disturbed paperwork.
No, it just says, and they've all got, it's just got, the paperwork is a sort of like, almost like you
disarray.
have, sorry?
In disarray. As
Yes, it's in
all
disarray,
over the
but
place.
they are, well, like one near each of the seats.
Right.
And one of them has, it has like a voting, it's like they're voting papers, blank voting papers, and they're all unfilled out. around
Right,
there.
okay. Is there anything like a chair or anything around for their stools or where they were sitting?
They were sitting on like long benches.
Is there anything small enough, like a rock or anything on the floor I can throw?
Let's just say you find some chipped stone or something.
I just lob it to see if I can find it here, an edge of the room.
Oh, you can see the edge of the room. It's like a courtroom.
Right, okay. And up, a ceiling?
Yes.
Right. Any windows?
No.
Another door in the room?
Yes, on the other side of the
the other
stage,
side, yeah.
and two up here. As in, if you imagine the benches that it would have, there is a door. If you imagine like a lecture theatre, and they have an upper area.
Yeah, so a door so you could enter and sit on the benches. I try and open one of those doors,
Doesn't seem to open.
Well, this door's open to the antechamber at the moment.
but this might not be the exit. This might be a door. This door doesn't look like a traditional door to the exit, does it?
No.
I think this is like a door. It might just be it might be one of those doors that doesn't open because it's not part of the game. Does it feel like I could break the lock on it? Or does it feel like part of the magic? Can I do a perception?
Perception.
No.
Come on, Gorrus, use your eyes.
No. We both rolled twos. Come on, Sot Rue, you let us know.
11.
Are you just looking at it, or are you trying it, Sot Rue?
Looking at it and then trying it.
Okay, you look at it. You don't think you think you probably should be able to smash it open. You give it a tug. It doesn't seem to want to move.
Okay.
Give it a big kick.
Yeah, okay.
You kick it, it breaks, but it doesn't open. As in, it cracks.
Oh, okay.
I try and look through the keyhole.
The keyhole? There isn't a keyhole.
I try and look through the crack.
You look through the crack, and you can just see darkness.
I think this is a fake one. I don't know if there's anything outside this.
Not very impressive on the old construction of this room.
Yeah, he's not done a massive job.
No,
well
well
born.
born.
Come on.
Bloody
This
hell, well
level.
born.
You
Yeah.
barely got anything on it.
So
I bounce over to the back room, the back door, and see if that door opens.
No.
No.
As in the one on the other side of the stage?
Yeah.
No.
I give it a big frog kick. Cracks.
No.
Doesn't even crack.
No, this is the solid door like the one you've come through.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
so maybe that's...
I would have kicked it.
So here's the thing. has this instance advanced naturally
Yeah.
from when we looked in earlier, or has Raven and
I know been through here.
you know who?
You.
Ooh no!
Ooh, no. I'm gonna do some survival checks and check around this door for footprints from what I assume Raven was a rogue, so probably wear some sort of leather slipper. So I'm looking for a subtle footprint to see if she's been through here.
Okay. Roll me investigation then.
Oh, that's a better one. Investigation rather than survival. Why have I done that again? 16 plus. You just keep the 16. 16, that's it.
Botch.
Botch from you.
7.
I broke my glasses.
We'll come back to Farvin in a bit then, but for you, Gorrus, you're just looking around.
Was there any sign of anyone being through here before? Footprints?
So, I mean, the male that's on the floor, and it is a male human, has been cut from ear to ear around the neck. The bag has been taken off his head. His arms are still tied behind him. And his pockets appear to have been turned out, and so the blood pool around him appears to have it looks like someone searched him basically.
Yes, Raven's been here then. I can see what you're looking at, Gorrus.
Yeah.
Those pockets.
And you can see sort of smaller, lighter footprints that are
in the blood.
Very, very faint. Not much blood, but you can see there is blood been trailed in a sort of. You might imagine if someone had got a little bit of blood on their feet going back towards the next door.
Is there any sort of
And around.
fabrics in the room, like rugs or carpets?
There would.
Or tapestries on the wall, anything like that?
No, there is a flag. Is there a flag up this way? I'm trying to remember how we. No, it was a stage, wasn't it? There are 2 curtains at the other side.
I go and I sort of yank one of the curtains down to lay over the body as a sign of respect. That's what I'm trying to do. And so then, if they come back in, they know we've been here. Because they'll go, oh, this has changed. Someone's put a flag out and something over the body. Just so that there's enough change that people recognise we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
So if Raven's already been in here, this room's already been solved.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Do we risk closing it and opening it? Or what if, because it's been solved, we can't solve it?
That will put us at a dead end unless we go back out.
Exactly.
We're going to have to close this door. Sot Rue, what do you think?
Or perhaps we'll go straight through the other door because there's nothing to do.
Yeah, so
But it's a risk.
what do you think, Father? And I'm willing to take your lead on this one.
Close the door and try again.
So what, try another room? So go back in the antechamber, close it and open a different room?
Farvin jumps down off the stage over to the it's the judge's table. Was it on the stage or below?
The judges were in a sort of a sloped upward little, like a lecture hall thing.
I get 3 voting papers.
Yeah.
And I give one to Gorrus, one to Sot Rue.
Okay.
What are we going to do?
Oh, right, for whether we go back in new
Yes.
room. So, guilty is new room. And this is what it says, guilty or innocent.
Yes.
So, guilty is new room, innocent is
Or
move
not
on.
guilty. Guilty, not guilty.
Oh, guilty, right. Guilty, not guilty.
What, move on as in close the door here and then keep going?
So, guilty means keep going.
Yeah.
Not guilty means close the door behind us and find a new room.
Go to the antechamber,
Yeah.
reset. Okay. Guilty's reset.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
guilty's move on, not guilty's reset.
Okay, yes, you're right, not guilty.
Not guilty's
Right.
reset.
Let's take a pause and I'll get you some piece of paper and you can do it.
Well, we can just do it.
Yeah,
Right.
just say it.
Yeah, not guilty is 1, not guilty is 2. Hold your fingers like somewhere you can't see. Oh no, we'll do 1, 2, 3 and then we'll all reveal them. So 2 is reset, 1 is moving. You're not voting.
What are you doing?
Vote in.
Well, Ramto's nodding.
Animal speak is not on Ramdo, as you well know.
You never turned it off.
Oh, good point, Ramdo. Animal speak off. You don't have fingers. Don't join in. Right.
What was, sorry, what was...
1, 2, 3, and on 3. 1, move on. 2, go back.
Okay, fine.
1, 2, 3.
Aw, unfortunate.
Moving
on.
on. Moving on as 1.
2 guilty votes and he got executed!
Okay.
Good judgment.
We'll take the risk. I closed the door behind us.
Is Ramso with us still?
Yeah, everyone's in the game.
Or are we taking everyone with us, are we?
Oh.
We might as well.
No, so the woman and her child were staying in the antechamber. Bramto's obviously followed you through.
Yeah, keep them in there, actually.
Yeah.
Slam the door. See you later.
To be fair, they might end up breaking it. If they want to split off, that's their business.
We never said we were going to take responsibility for it.
No food in here for them. Right, okay.
Well, there was a decomposed pear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
No, that was the other antechamber.
Why didn't I eat that? I thought we had enough rations. Rapto.
I was actually leaving it for you.
Rapto would have loved that
Yeah,
as well.
she would have.
Right, and I 30-foot jump over to the door, and hopefully it'll be unlocked.
It is.
Phew! So I open it, and the family
Were you worried that you were going to be just
Forever.
trapped in this room and
Yeah,
had to find
yeah.
another solution for it. Yep, we definitely were.
Yep.
Open it, are the family in there?
No.
Okay! Is the dirty pair in here?
No, because it's not the antechamber.
Oh, good.
Slowly push the door a little bit closed and go, uh-oh!
Is it breaking again?
It's breaking again. Come over here, it's not the antechamber.
Are you going to leap through straight
No,
away?
because I've got no spells.
Okay.
I peek my eyes around it and have a look through.
So you're peeking through into the room.
Yes.
Right. So you have a peek through the door. Mm-hmm. And there is darkness.
Okay.
I'm going to look.
The light that comes through the crack of the door would appear to be a cut stone pathway in front of you.
I move out the way and go, Father, you'll have a look because you have dark vision.
I will have a look. What can I see?
You can see a long corridor of stone.
It's basically a long corridor. Not much
you would
going on.
expect to find if you were in some sort of, I don't know, dwarven underground town or something like that.
Well, onward, shall we?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Sot Rue, after you.
Shouldn't you go first, as you can see?
But shouldn't you go first since you're...
Don't we have the magic
protection.
torch that doesn't ever go out still?
No, I think Raven has that.
Shit, yeah, Raven has that. It's a good point. I think, Father, we will need you to go first, unfortunately.
Oh dear. Can't I stand on Boo?
Bo.
Bo. Which one's Boo then?
Was that you clicking at the golem?
Round
No,
fists
like
because
a-
he has
okay.
two O's and they look like round
Bo.
fists. B has spike fists because B's have a spike
Okay, that's
bottom. Bo is a shield because he used to have a bow and arrow man behind him who was the archer.
Yeah.
So he's called Bo. The next one's going to be called Bar because he fucked a sheep.
So just to describe it a bit more. So the
What the sheep fucking? You dirty boy.
So you can see this dwarven corridor. It's quite wide. It's sizable. Like
How many golems wide?
that's our measurement.
Yeah.
From feet meters to golems.
Yeah.
You think it would probably be about 3 or 4 golems wide. This is
that's
an
quite significant.
expansive hall. Traditional dwarven sort of architecture, like building big things lying there. You imagine that if, let's say, there was a dwarven city, all right, this might be a minor thoroughfare, but enough. It's not grand. There's no adornments or anything like that, but the way it's been cut into the rock would lead you to believe that it is of that type of build. There are no torches. There are. You can see with your dark vision there are torches on the sides, but they are out and
see.
don't appear to have any stuff to burn in them.
Lead on, Farven.
Am I going to stand on Bo? Bo.
Bo.
Fucking Bo, though.
Bow. Bow? Beeble bow.
Oh, no, it's Bo.
It is Bo.
Oh.
I said it right. It just is so difficult.
He'll let you.
Okay, I climb up on Bo, and I say, I'll have a look, and I go, right, well, I think he follows your lead, Sot Rue, so start moving forward.
Sot Rue will start.
So you start moving forward, and as you move forward, you're thinking that perhaps as well as his little mirror, He's based on electricity, so he's a metal. You saw when you fought the elven mage that he was firing electricity at the golems to almost like start charge them, supercharge them. That happened very early on in the start of the fight. You think that perhaps his like almost static aura from around him is affecting how near when you're near him, so he's feeling you move into his electromagnetic sort of sphere. Now, Farvin, you are sitting on him, aren't you? Mm-hmm. So I assume, what, legs around his head? Or?
No, I'm just squatting.
You can sit on his arm
shoulder.
like Gorrus did.
You're squatting on his
between the
shoulder,
shields.
or just standing upright?
No, but just kind of crouched.
Squatting.
Yeah.
Okay, right, well, like holding onto his head, or just balancing, or just being all elven?
Yes,
right, okay,
yes.
Yep. You do that, and you Sot Rue moves forward, and you start to move down the corridor.
Okay. Right. Keep going, and I'll say when I see something new.
I walk backwards at the back, keeping my hand on a golem I know is walking in front of me.
That'll be Sot Rue.
Sot Rue, yeah, and just stabbing backwards.
Where
Where's Rumto?
Higher than Ramto.
where are the other two golems then?
Either
of
side.
you.
Yeah, either side, yeah.
Of course they are, sorry.
Ramto, you stay around my feet. I'm going to be protecting behind us.
Snuffle, snuffle.
Team Mountain going through the magic rooms, the magic rooms.
The mountains from Team Magic goes to the magic rooms, the magic rooms.
I mean, actually, that's amazing. So,
We just sing that as
I don't
we go.
know why, but actually, that was actually quite in time and actually quite good. And I'm actually going to give you as a group one inspiration point to divvy up now to a particular person in the group.
Okay. I get it all!
I'm giving it to Farvin in my
Sot Rue
mind.
gives it to Gorrus.
I will give it to Farvin.
Farvin, who do you
Father
give
will
it
give
to?
it to Sot Rue. You now have one each!
Or you have none. Would Farvin vote for himself, do you think? If the opportunity was given.
He knew he was the band leader there.
Yeah.
He knew.
Farvin started the song, and we
So,
tried to match
with
time
two
it.
votes to one,
Yeah. After
Father-
2 lines, he could feel that Bo was jigging up and down a little bit.
Also, I sang the lyrics wrong the first 2 times. I called it Team Magic, and we Team Mountain. I said we're Team Magic going through a mountain, which is not true.
We're Team Mountain going through magic.
Yeah, I got it really wrong.
have you shut the door behind you?
Oh no, we're all singing.
No, because I want that little bit of light just so I can see anything coming.
Okay.
Yeah, someone probably needs to do that.
I'll bounce down later.
How far away are we from it?
Later on now, you've got.
I'll cast Gust on it to try and close it.
Okay. Just see how powerful that is. Yeah, you reckon that the gust will, and you hear a click, and you move further on through this corridor, long, straight corridor, and you can see a door similar to the one that you have just walked through, in front of you, about, let's say, 30 feet meters.
And I can't see anything else remarkable going on here.
No, this just looks like a dwarven corridor.
Okay. And it's still dark, there's no light sources anywhere, so I'm the only one who can see.
There are, on the walls, there are braziers, as I said,
Yeah.
but they are not full and not lit.
Can I look up? Are there like...
You look up, there are arches of like roof support that you, again, dwarven architecture that you would expect to find in somewhere like this.
It's not... It doesn't bear any resemblance to the oil river room we're in. That was a cave, was it? Or... It's not the same architecture.
No, it doesn't. However, you think that's an interesting point. And you think back to when you mossed up the side of the gladiatorial arena, and I mentioned that you could see supports in the gladiatorial arena, and when you put the moss up, it went up in a curved sort of manner.
Oh, yeah.
And I mentioned that there were some detail of supports there
So
as
when
well.
I think of I've seen this before, it actually follows the shape of the gladiator
Some
arena.
of not the gladiatorial arena itself, but some of the stuff that was outlined in the moss.
So possibly a dwarven
Above that.
complex.
Is this perhaps one of the rooms without any illusionary magic sitting on top of it?
Oh, shit.
Check the ground as well.
You don't have to whisper, Robin.
No, because Sot Rue wouldn't say it.
I know, but the listeners probably want to hear it.
But you say it in your normal voice. Not...
Farvin, why don't you check what we're stepping on? and see if you find any traces of other people going through.
I will.
Or anything interesting.
I will jump down and investigate. I got 6 on my investigation, and I think that's quite good.
Well, bearing in mind you're just using your dark vision and it is pitch black in here now, you don't find anything on the floor.
I can't work it out, Sot Rue. I think we should just head on to the door.
Makes sense, Yoga Farvin.
Off we go. And I flip back up onto Bo.
Okay.
Forward we go.
Forward ever, backward never.
Alright.
And you make your way to the door uneventfully. There's a couple of times when you're walking on the stones and you think, oh, was that, did I just step on something? No, but then there's no. And you make your way to the door itself.
Okay. Alright. I jump down and open the door.
You jump down, open the door, and as you, first, Sot Rue, roll me. Gorrus, would you be still facing backwards when he opens the door, or would you? Okay.
Facing backwards.
Sot Rue.
Seven.
Is
it cocked or is it alright?
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
Was that your? Do you have any adding addition to perception?
What was the roll for?
Perception.
Oh, perception.
To be fair, you did just
7.
roll the dice at first.
7 plus
7.
7 plus.
Oh no, just 7.
Just 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No. Farvin gets down off the golem. His hair looks a little bit messed up, but then he goes to the door. He opens the door, and a flood of water bursts the door open and comes directly towards you all. And
Gorrus, eat it!
Nope.
We didn't
No,
rest him.
no.
Didn't bloody rest
Just
him.
open your mouth and do it naturally like a bullywog. Like the bullywog tribes
And
used to.
I will need some sort of, you can sell it to me how you want, but you're basically been, with the force of this water coming backwards at you is going to be knocking you off your feet unless you either manage to jump up and somehow hold on to the side of the walls or some of the balustrades or whatever. But otherwise it's going to be, this water is going to be knocking you all the way back down this corridor. So either ride it out or sell it to me.
So,
In fact, actually, no, Sot Rue, whatever you roll is going to be with advantage because you have a ginormous man with a shield in front of you, and
I'm at the back.
you at the back. You will roll normally. Farvin, you will have disadvantage.
Yay!
Would the sound
Are
of
we-
the water make me turn round?
Yes,
Would I recognise the sound straight away?
as water. Yes,
And is there any light?
coming from through.
Yeah, through the doors. Or is it still
That's
That's
an
a good
interesting one.
question.
Would there be light? There would be light, yes, but it's such is the amount of the water.
It's not like we can see there, but we can see that like it's a wall of water.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Right, okay, so we roll in.
Yeah, so sell it to me how you want. If you want to try and maintain your stability rather than
close
just
this
being
door. We need to roll
completely
a strength
catapulted
check.
backwards at some speed down this corridor
We need
and
to roll
dragged
some sort of check.
dragged along the floor.
but we can choose what we're going to try and do, and then
Yeah,
choose
so I might
our
go-
check as opposed to like a saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I'm going to go full athletics and try and leap at the door. So using all my skill to leap at the door and try and start pushing it closed.
Oh, okay.
Between, if the door's open, swung open towards the wall, wedge myself between the door and the wall and start trying to hold it there. And
Yep.
push it back.
So it would be with the force of it, it'd be blown completely backwards. So I'm having you aiming towards where the door is, so you
Yeah.
can sort of squeeze
Get
yourself.
on myself on there, grab onto the top of the door and start working at it.
I'm going to have you jumping higher so you can drop down though because of the water.
14, oh god, what's that? 12.
12 in total. You jump forward, you manage to, but the sheer force, well, you basically, the golems get in the way.
Right, okay. Your time, guys. You got
So
some-
are we right in front of the door, or
Farvin is right in front of the door. You are directly behind him, but you have this massive shield blocking your way. So let's do Farvin first, actually. We probably should have done you first.
Yes! What about
Let's go.
Farvin?
2 dice, my friend.
No!
You're just going to take it.
No!
No, he's not. I know what he's doing. Bye, Farvin.
Yeah.
See you later, everyone!
What are you doing?
course
Blinking
it's
out of
gonna do
existence. Now, actually, I do have to roll for that. 20!
Natural.
Yes!
I am I was going to say that you're going to have to roll some sort of thing to not just get hit with the water, but
I
with
rolled a 20!
with a 20, I will allow you to overcome that. And
Farvan's so good at instantly disappearing as soon as he's worried about something.
When was the last time you took any damage? When's the last time anything threatened you? You got scared and ran away. That's the worst thing that's happened to you in so long.
Robin, my friend.
No, I still have a go though.
Oh, sorry.
So I
that a
cast
bonus
a spell.
action?
No, it's not. I cast a spell, but then I can move
Right, you
around.
moved, yeah.
So can I put my head through the door? What do I see?
So what I'm having that is that 20 was your initiative against the water, which
Yeah,
you
'cause the
absolutely
water's just
fucking
gonna come straight
bloody
through, isn't it?
amazed it, and you're like, oh my god, what's up?
Yeah.
And you're gone. So your next is a movement, I believe, and a bonus action if you want to.
So can I look through the door and see what's happening?
I guess because you're in a different different world, then yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm in the ethereal plane, so I'm like a spirit, a ghost. I can
And
still
you have
move
dark
around.
vision, don't you?
Yes, I can still move around and look
Okay.
around.
You recognise the well type area that you were in previously when the water rose up and nearly drowned all of you.
Ah, see.
Roll me an investigation. I'm going to count this as your your bonus action, unless there is something specific you want to do.
20.
You are looking at this, and you recognise it to be the same well-type area that you were in before. Mm-hmm. But whereas before, in your memory, you remember seeing Gorrus absolutely slamming into where that area where the water was. You remember Sot Rue and him punching the metal. You can see that whilst not in the same places, somebody has clearly tried something similar, and there is noticeable damage to this this area. And bars at the top have been bent slightly. You don't think it would be 100% big enough, but you think maybe someone of a much smaller stature perhaps could have got through. You can see damage to the walls where the brickwork is, where perhaps somebody of immense strength had smashed again to maybe try and stop the water. And so there's a lot of damage in this room.
And that's not
from all over.
But it's not the damage we would have remembered that we did.
No, it's not the damage that you did, but if anything, there is damage in the places you did it and more.
additional damage. Well, I don't think it will help for me to blink out of existence in that room. So
it appears to you, Farvan, as if the door has been opened when the room was full.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay.
I think that's your turn over.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sot Rue, you are standing behind a giant man shield.
Yeah.
Golem shield, sorry. And a wall of water comes towards you.
Okay. In terms of how much time I have, would I have time to move, or I wouldn't really have time for moving something? I'd probably just have time enough for an action.
No, you need to do. You need to sell me something to stay on your feet. Okay. If you are successful, then you can take an action. So had Gorrus, he has advantage. Had Gorrus been successful in perhaps making it straight to the door, he then would have been able to do something. But alas, he was not.
Okay, so I'm going to use both of my fists to...
You've got two hand fists at the moment.
I do have two hand fists. Yep. And try to smash my hands into the floor to try and hold myself in place. Keeping in mind I couldn't see and I have no idea what the material is, but I'm going to take a gamble.
Yep.
And I would assume I can do athletics with a roll?
I think that would be athletics, yeah. And
maybe athletics is strength based.
Yeah, I think athletics.
And also, you'd have to be a bit no.
Yeah, I think athletics is fine.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So 19.
You don't need that second roll. You've got it if you want.
I'll do it anyway.
Just in case you get a 20, because you can't get a 1 because you always have the higher, no matter what.
Exactly the same.
2 19s?
Yeah, 2 19s.
Very nice.
Impressive, Robin.
It's 13, that's okay. No, but I got plus a 6.
Right, sorry.
Because someone doesn't like me calculating on the podcast.
No, you should. No.
Zing. So
no, that's not how that works. You say 13 plus.
So was your first one a 19 or a 25?
No. So it's 13 plus my 6 athletics. So
So it's 13 again.
Do you know what you
Yeah,
normally
yeah.
do?
No, it's 13 both times.
You
Yeah.
go. You normally say 13, and then you'll start talking. You go,
So we all assumed when you said 19, you were 19 plus whatever your strength was. Which is why Abby was so impressed. He was like, oh, you don't need to roll again then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So what do you want me to do? Just not have the pause, or just
Yeah.
say the total?
So I would normally go
So either
6, I'll go 13 overall.
Okay, fine.
or
I can do
13
that.
total, or 11 plus 2, 13. Just do the
Okay.
sums.
Or just scream at the top of your voice.
I can also do that.
So what I'm going to do now is actually roll.
Ramso's not got that sort of strength.
Oh, I forgot.
I know.
So, sorry, before I tell you what those rolls were, you slam your fist into the ground. As you do so, you see Shield Golem take a small step back and brace against this bow of water. Unfortunately, because of his shield, the water goes either side and hits the two other golems on your sides with full force, and they do not manage to keep their feet, and they are blown backwards, scraping against the floor along behind you with the current of the water. You are able to hold yourself there. Now, you've been successful. Is there anything else you wanted to do while this water is rushing through past you?
Could I do a perception check to see if I notice anything else? So I know that the golems have been thrown backwards. I've obviously seen. Well, I assume now I've noticed Farvin has blinked out into existence. Where is Gorrus, or he hasn't done anything?
Gorrus jumped. You saw. Well, at this point, Gorrus jumps straight past you, and as the golems are pushed backwards, his leg catches on one of them, and he is knocked into the well of water, the swell of water that is pushed backwards around you. And very quickly, within a mere second, you feel yourself being, as you're kneeling down, underwater. The water has risen extremely quickly around you.
Just for clarity, though, bullywugs can breathe underwater.
Yeah, I'm fine underwater. It's just
Also, the golems are fine as well.
it's
So it was
just
only
me.
you that was the problem, and you're not
It's just
even
me.
there.
No.
So. No?
pigs.
He's a water pig,
pork
though.
it is then.
Yes.
I mean, how long was the corridor?
Quite long.
Yeah, so it might be, as long as we can stay roughly this end, we're fine. If we can sort of temper the flow of water, we can just sort of level it out.
It hasn't actually filled completely, has it yet?
No.
So if the full force.
If I can sort of push the door a little
Yeah.
bit and sort of temper the flow.
And actually, remember, I'm still there, so
Yeah.
I can come and help you.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
We might be fine.
yeah,
I'll see how much water it is. It's whether that underwater pump is still pumping out more water or if the room is just full.
yeah, very true.
Okay, so with the 2 and a 3, Ramto, unfortunately, and Petunia are also blown backwards, with the other 3 people, Gorrus and the 2 people.
Oh, I'm blown back as well, am I?
You
You
could
were,
also
yes, 'cause you-
open the door at the other end. Well, only if we close this
Yeah.
one, of course.
So just let the water flow all the way through. Yeah,
exactly. So that's probably what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a bad plan.
So, yes, Gorrus and the 2 golems are blown backwards with the swell, and I think we will go back to Farvin now.
Well, so I'm in the next room. Farvin's looking around in the spectral realm.
So you're looking around, and you're looking around. You would actually be standing upright underwater at this point. You're looking around, and you can see the level of the water above you,
Yes.
almost draining down as it's decanting into the room next door.
Okay. Can I see a place I can climb up to get out of the water line?
Yeah, you reckon with the damage that's been done to the... Do you remember the inlet where the water
Yeah.
comes in? You reckon you'd be able to climb up that?
Okay, I'll just climb up that.
I'm trying to work out this urethral... So you still need things in the physical... It's just a manifestation in the urethral, but without other stuff, is it? Or
Yeah, it's like I'm in a ghost realm. Right?
Okay.
So if at the end of this turn,
Yeah.
I can blink out of back into reality.
Right.
So I want to get out of the water to make sure that when I do,
Gotcha.
I'm not going to get sucked away anyway.
Okay, yep. You
So-
climb up and you are hanging, or you within touching distance of the bars that were across the top of this well-like area. For those that didn't listen to that episode, it's imagine a well with a grate on the top with space for one person's head to be in a little bubble in the middle of it.
Okay, so then I'll choose to blink out of existence, or back into existence. Still completely bone dry.
Oh, so you want to climb up? Because you can obviously move through the. Can you move just through?
Yeah, solid surfaces.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you want to be standing on the top of the grate.
No, well, actually, yeah. So I think you have to. Yeah, you can blink back in where you can see. So I can't just walk through somewhere and be like, "Oh, I'm going to blink back in here," even though I couldn't see it from where I.
You could see the top of above on the grate.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be up there though, because when I just get stuck.
It's a good point.
I don't know if I should also keep in mind that I'm planning to close that door as soon as the water calms. And if you're in that door and if you're in that room and I close that door, we don't know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah.
Split the party!
Yeah.
I thought it was.
The plan is
Probably
coming
mentioned
together. He wanted to split the party in the first place.
No, I never was.
No, he did.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So now we've got the family in one,
So
father in a different one.
So I'm going to climb up on the side of the grating and stay there, and then choose to.
So head
blink
above
back
the
into
water.
reality.
Head
Yeah.
above the water as it goes down. So basically, the upper part of your body is up above the water. Fix yourself on. You hold on, and you cut back into existence. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Your trousers get wet instantly.
Oh no!
Just your lower half of your body.
Oh, I'm so scared. Hurt myself.
And yes, that is it. Sot Rue, you've got your fists in the floor, holding on.
Do I feel like the pressure of the water has lessened?
Yes.
Okay.
Greatly so.
I'm going to try and see if I can make a judgment. Do I think I could release my arms from the floor and make progress moving forward towards the door?
With certain checks, yes.
Is Bo still fine?
Bo is basically the water around his shield has been sort of bowing out next to it.
Right.
And actually you being behind him
Is making it easier.
is giving him a buffer to help him stand up as well.
Okay, fine.
Really, if you were going to move forward, being as Bo has been hell-bent on standing in front of you, he actually might be pushing forward in front of you as well, which might assist you.
Okay.
Or might not.
Okay.
Or it might.
They might.
What I will try to do then is
might.
I will try to move forward by punching a fist in front and then releasing the next one, almost like climbing.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that then hopefully with one fist I should be able to maintain my position.
Yep,
and
got it.
Yeah. So that's how I will kind of progress.
Okay, and so Bo is trying to move forward. This torrent of water, which is slowing now, marked slow. You think that it's definitely changed. He's moving forward. You punch your fists into the floor, and you gradually make your way into the chamber where the water was before.
Okay.
And at this point, you're still sort of crawling on the floor, aren't you? Punching
Yeah.
your fists in.
But I was looking to close the door.
Oh, so you didn't want to go in?
No, I was trying to close the door because I know that as a character, I know that the two golems have been
Yeah, that's
blown
fine.
back and Gorrus. I assume Farvin is still in this
Okay, well,
corridor.
in that
with
case,
me.
you try to go to the side of Bo, and you manage to make your way to the door itself.
Okay.
Bo sort of, well, yeah, he's there.
Okay. And I would try to close the door.
Okay, Bo sees you trying to close the door, and you hear a clunk, and you see his shield get pulled away with the water that's flowing away, and further down the corridor, and he uses his free hand and his other hand to try and force the door closed with you and assist
Okay.
you. Roll me a strength check, please. With advantage.
Gonna need that advantage. Oh, 6.
Great, isn't it?
He's fucked it.
What was it?
6.
So 6 plus 3, 9.
Okay, you have trouble. You get the door about halfway shut, but the pressure of the water, you just can't do it. Will not shut. Back to Gorrus, the other ones, and the piglets.
The other ones, Gorrus and the Piglet.
Well, just be
The name of my new gang.
Boo, Gorrus, Boo, and the piglets.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I like Gorrus, the other ones and the Piglets.
Gorrus, the other ones, and the piglets. Okay. Yep. No mistake. Right. Gonna roll and see how much of a tangled mess you all are in at the back. Okay, oh sorry, no, well, the other, no, we'll do the pigs as one. Actually, we'll keep that. I will let you roll.
Sorry, we're playing silly buggers while he's doing stuff.
Right. Okay. So I was looking. So for everyone listening, I was just looking down at my dice behind my, special secret dice area. I look up and I've got 3 people just throwing fingers at me, which I think is quite disrespectful, actually. If I'm gonna be honest.
Sometimes we like to do visual gags on a podcast.
Which is audio based.
Yep, we're idiots. We don't know what we're doing. We've only done 200 and odd episodes. I don't know.
Right, so
Lots.
with the water, it appears that the pigs have gone a lot further, being the lighter and more buoyant than perhaps the metal golems, which has actually worked in their favour. So the pigs have been pushed all the way to the end where the other door was.
Right.
And they're up there. The other golems have been laid out on their back and dragged along the floor. The weight of their physicality, the metal and everything like that, and they are on their backs further on. They've taken a very low amount of damage, and leaves us to Gorrus, who I would like you to roll an acrobatics or athletics, up to you.
Athletics. 3.
Right.
Excuse me. +6.
3 plus 6.
That's a 9.
You take 1 damage. You see, you've done well on that one. You've been dragged along the floor, and you find yourself.
Pissed off at the DM.
You find yourself in a slippery mess next to 2 wet pigs that are trying to keep afloat.
Casual
at the
Friday
end.
night.
I said I took damage, not delight. I take delight in this situation.
And you find yourself back at the door where you started. The water is rising,
Right.
but it is at a vastly reduced rate. This is not the torrent of water that was happening.
I'm going to
before.
wait before I open the door behind us.
Okay.
Just in case it sort of locks it or there's some situation we can't get through. We want to move forward. Did the door come in towards us or did it go... We pulled it open, didn't we?
I think we've previously said that you always pull the door towards you when you jump to a new area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
So it'll be
means the
pushing
water will
out
push
then.
it, so that's fine. There's no danger. All I've got to do is flick the handle and it should be going through. So, yep, I'm going to be pretty confident that the door will open. If we can get that one ahead closed... Oh, no, you can't open both, can you? Because it's the
Yeah,
airlock
because you're
situation.
relying on me to close.
Yeah.
But I think you probably...
I'll wait for the seconds, and I'll sit and I'll just have to hope. I'm like, stop with John. He'll probably manage, and if not, I can swim pretty quickly up and help him.
Okay.
So I'm going to wait there, my hand on the
You're
handle.
waiting.
just in case.
Farthen? You're just chilling, are you? I mean, what a time to blow it.
Like, can we hear the flute?
Yeah, but it would be the sound of a person playing a flute in a well where the water is decanting into another room
Full of golems.
full of golems.
I can't hear that. But Thought Room might. It might give him a hint about where Farthen is.
Would I hear stuff from your ethereal plane?
Well, we can play
No,
the
he's
do.
in the
I'm
real
on the
plane
field
now. He's back
behind
in the real world.
Yeah, he's from the. We can
Playing
play.
the flute.
We can
Yeah.
play.
Oh, yeah.
We can play the. Do you want to hear it or not? Game?
Okay.
Normally you don't want to hear it.
But so I've heard that flute, so now I know that you're in the other room.
Well, I don't know. Roll me a perception. Let's see if you did hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, normally you just say you don't hear things. I'm not paying attention.
Didn't hear it.
What was that?
So I got a 3 plus 0, which is a 3.
No, you just hear. You just hear the weird whooshing of the water as it's coming in.
So is it my turn or was it Farthen?
well, Farthen's
That
playing
was
the
my
flute.
turn.
Okay. So Sot Rue will continue to try and close the door.
Give me a strength check.
18. Oops, wait. Sorry. 18 plus 3. 21.
Okay. You make good progress with shutting the door, and roll me one more d20, please.
9.
That was for your assistance. You get the door almost shut, and as you're doing that, you notice that the water level is now actually below the roof of the door, and if you're standing upright, it's actually below your shoulders at this point.
Okay.
And you've got this last little bit, you know, like how you're trying to push, well, like if you imagine I don't know. Have you ever been in a car when it's been underwater and you're trying to push a door open in it?
No, but I can imagine it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
That last little bit
Okay.
is going to need a little bit of more time. Gorrus,
I'm waiting to see what happens at the door.
just squelching with the pigs.
I'm happy.
Will you
To be fair, you could always possibly shout out if you needed to, because you
Yeah.
can still...
Oh yeah, it's not that long
Like,
ago, is
there's
it?
no...
Oh, like, Sot Rue, do you need a hand? Are you alright?
I'm closing the door, Gorrus. Give me a minute.
Where's Farven?
I assume in here somewhere.
Right, okay.
Farven? Right, yeah, back to you, Sot Rue.
I tried to close the door again.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I would imagine you probably would hear the pipes now, but you can't. You can just go for...
Oh,
I suppose if it's a continuation of your motion, then yeah. Roll
No,
it.
but has he heard the pipes?
Yeah.
So that makes a
Well,
difference.
shall I roll?
So I've described that the water level is lower. In my opinion, the sound would travel a lot easier. I made you roll it before because the sound's travelled through water
Yeah.
that's cascading into a room above the roar of that. Whereas now the water is lower and it's coming...
Should I roll to see whether I would recognise it, especially considering I'm stressed under this kind of... well, it's
You're
up to
telling me
It's
that
more...
you... Yeah, why not roll
Well,
it?
I don't mind. Either you can say that I hear it, or I can roll. It's up to you.
No. It sounds like you want to roll, though. So...
Roll it up, Sot Rue.
Yeah, 4.
No, you don't hear it. You shut the door.
Okay.
You manage that last little bit. You don't need to roll a strength check 'cause it's the two of you pushing against it.
Okay.
And as soon as the door is shut, Bow, Bow, Bow
Power shield.
Bow's shield, you see him almost break into a jog away from you, back down the corridor
To the shield, I
to
assume.
reclaim his shield. And
It's
then,
quite dark in there, though, isn't it?
yes, I think you've got, as a golem, you've got...
I
can't
don't
remember,
have
do you
it
not-
on my sheet.
No, I don't
Do
think
they not
so.
have... Do you not have...
Maybe they
I
do.
will quickly search it up.
Right.
But
Well,
it's-
anyway, he goes back, and you either see him immediately pick up his shield, or you see him searching around on the floor.
Okay.
And with that, we have.
I would have shouted then at Gorrus.
What would you have shouted?
Gorrus, the door's closed.
Okay. I'll bounce up towards him.
Okay. And you are locked. Well, no, you are in this room with teat-high water on you, which for Gorrus would probably be about neck high, and two pigs swimming towards you at a vastly slow pace. And Farven, you are playing the flute. Oh no, the panpipes.
He does not have dark vision.
He doesn't. Okay. So yeah, there's a golem underwater searching around for a metal shield, and two other golems walking towards you. And Farven, you are playing panpipes on your own as you see the door to this room shut.
I'm sure this will be fine.
And with that, we will leave you there. Thanks for listening.
Perfect.
Thanks.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.